Hey guys, welcome back to the Hear Me Roar pod. I am Toby and my co-host is none other than the Kate Save, which you might know her from Shark Tank. She's also founder of BeFit Foods and picked up Telstra's Business of the Year award too. Kate?
Well, Toby, you've got a super impressive CV, 25 years in global commercialisation experience, and you founded Creative Cubes, Australia's leading co-working space and real estate business.
All right, let's get on with the pod. Kate, another week.
Yeah, we're back. What's going on in your life?
So this week Sim's actually up in Queensland.
Cool.
And I've got the girls. So yes. I'm mum, dad, dog and founder. Yeah. All in one.
Are you chef?
You know what? Last night Maddie cooked.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so she did a tuna pasta.
Oh, good on her.
Yeah. Yeah. And Maddie does all of the school lunches in the morning.
Wow.
So she makes it and then makes Harper a sandwich. So that's super helpful. But I'm not, no.
I hear you talk so much about your girls, and I had a moment yesterday where my girls, I dropped them off at my dad's house a couple of nights a week. Last night, they wanted to go home because my youngest said, I want to go to that swing. And I was like, what swing? We live in Mount Martha. There's this huge sort of estuary way and bush area. She's like, it's just here. And I go, well, I'm not leaving you at home, so you can leave the house when I'm not there. Go through the middle of the bush, find some swing. I'll come with you. So I thought 5 minutes. Anyway, I've got my shoes off at this point as we're bush bashing, and there's this rope over this estuary, and she's like, here's the swing. And I'm like, thank heavens I didn't let her go there on her own. Yeah. Anyway, she's like, Mum, jump on. So wow, I thought this thing was going to break and go flying across, and I felt like I was 15 again. We used to do those things quite a lot. I love that for you. It was so much fun, and literally you were going through my head. You spend so much quality time with your girls, and I thought, let's just give her 5 minutes. I need to be back to work. I'm going to be late for my meeting, but I can't say you're physically locked in the house on this beautiful sunny day and all you wanted to do was go on the swing for 5 minutes, and I had so much fun.
You know, a couple things. For me, as a parent, I'm trying to give my kids what I didn't have. And my dad passed when I was 16. He was 44. And I didn't have a father. Like I had an amazing mom, my sisters, we are a beautiful family, but my dad he passed, he was gone. So for me, all I'm trying to do as a parent is give my kids what I didn't have. And all my parents wanted to do when I was younger was give me what their parents didn't have. Yeah. And for me, my parents, wanted to take me on these trips and do all these amazing things. For me, I get off light and cheap because I'm just there. I'm just there on the sideline. In fact, tonight I'm coaching basketball. Harper's got basketball and the coach is overseas. He's traveling. A couple of episodes ago, you were livid about you were on a trip and you normally take your luggage over above.
You remember this?
Of course I do.
My July bag. Oof.
And the guys trashed it.
They trashed it.
And I was like, that is unacceptable.
It looked like it had been dragged behind the plane.
Yes, you said that. Yeah, I remember that. So after that episode, I called my friend Ethan and I said, hey, dude, we were talking about you. I don't like talking about people behind their backs, although you can stream the episode. Would you like to come on the pod? So coming up after the break, we have Ethan, who is the founder of July Suitcases.
My favorite accessory.
Mine too. Guys, I want to introduce you to Rise, a business cohort like no other. So what is the Rise Network? Rise Network is a curated inner circle of 10 to 12 like-minded peers designed to provide a confidential, high-trust environment where business owners and leaders can gain strategic insights, actionable solutions, and lasting relationships. Rise isn't just networking, it's a game-changing business support system. It has strategic problem solving built in, expert facilitation, actionable insights, long-term impact and authentic relationships, and it's based exclusively around high-trust cohorts. For your membership, you gain full access to Creative Cubes. That means you can drop in when you're on the run to use the meeting rooms, breakout spaces, or even just dock in for the day. We wanted to serve the underserved, the people that do need the help, do need the support, don't necessarily have the funds to be able to do it and don't necessarily fit into one of these other organizations. And so that's where Rise kind of came from. So there you have it, guys. Go to werise.au and I hope to see you at one of our cohorts soon.
Did that really happen?
Yeah, it's a true story, Kate.
True story. And you know, the best and worst part of it, best for your brand is, even though the bag was trashed, it wouldn't break. And because it didn't break, they won't replace it. You know, like the airline's like, oh, that's just wear and tear. And I'm like, it's more than wear and tear. This is the most beautiful bag.
So dirty.
I got the gloss pinky one, all personalised. And the worst part was, it was my carry-on luggage. My husband accidentally put it on the thing.
Checked.
And before it even got tagged or anything, it just disappeared. And I'm like, get my bag. And the guy's like, oh, what do I do? And I'm like, that's my check-in, not my check-in luggage. Anyway, needless to say, when it turns up in Brisbane hours later, the battery pack's removed. It's just gone. And when I contact security, lost, nobody wants anything to do with it. And it's just beaten my beautiful bag.
So I had a very similar situation. We went to Fiji like 3 weeks ago now, 4 weeks ago. It depends on when this airs, by the way. And I went and bought an extra suitcase because I wanted my girls and I to all be matchy-matchy. Harper's got the baby pink.
Oh, yeah.
Maddie's got the navy blue.
Yes.
And I've got the green.
Ooh.
And I wanted to buy one for Sim, and Sim's like, I know it means a lot to you, but it means nothing to me. Not the suitcase, just the branding element.
Yeah.
She goes, don't. So I didn't get it for her. But Maddie.
Well, I heard you unpack people's suitcases if they're not carrying a July bag. If they're travelling with you, you will unpack them and put it in one of your July bags.
If they're travelling with me.
That's right.
Yeah. That's allowed. You're not allowed to pack somebody else's suitcase.
Strangers,
That's
you
a
see.
very illegal thing to do, as we found out the hard way. But I will try.
did
If
you?
they're friends with me, I will try.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're not allowed to pack somebody else's suitcase in case
Yes.
in case they find something in there and then they can claim negligence.
Yes.
It's a big thing.
So Ethan, we met at DigiSit
Yes.
way back in the day.
Thanks, Adam.
Yeah, thanks, Adam. I'm grateful to Adam, also like ungrateful to Adam sometimes, but more often than not grateful to Adam. In this case, I'm very grateful to Adam. And we actually, we have a Creative Cubes Collingwood is literally around the corner from HQ.
Which
July
is where
HQ.
I thought today was until I opened the calendar invite today and had to drive all the way to South Melbourne.
So you
Second person who's done that.
Yes.
in a
I
few
think
weeks.
Creative
So
Cubes for me is a Northside brand.
This other person thought it was a balaclava brand. I
there
think
you
of it
go.
like a South Melbourne brand.
There you go. Yeah,
love
everyone's
it
got their own little network, their own world.
This is about you. They're coming on the show. We're not talking about us. So
You started in coffee. Yeah.
I did. Well,
Dishwashing.
How far back do you
I
go?
heard the dishwashing in a garbage bag was a never.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I remember which episode
You do
or which
lots of
thing.
good podcasts.
Yes, I mean, look, most of my thing came from post graduation. Oh well, coffee was during university. So I used to work for a coffee roaster, a little small coffee roasting shop, back when nobody was doing it, back when it wasn't a cool thing. And down in North Balwyn, and it was an Italian guy called Stefano Romeo, very, very funny guy, painted the shop brown, and we laughed at him. And because we laughed at him, he said, well, why don't you come and work here and come and do these things?
Isn't your entrance brown at July?
Yeah, it is now. Yeah, brown's a cool thing again, but 25, 30 odd years ago, 25 odd, it wasn't. Anyway, so I started working for him. He was, if you remember coffee in Melbourne early days, it was very heavily Italian immigrants, Giancarlo with Grinders, who was probably the biggest, most famous, selling to Coca-Cola in the end. He was a protege of Giancarlo. So I sort of got in very early in that stage. Got my name in the Epicure. I don't know if anyone remembers the Epicure. It was the food write-up. So it was a very cool moment in my life. And I saw the wave of coffee come through. And got into coffee by merging hobbies. So I was at Ogilvy as a strategist. We're doing a lot of e-commerce stuff, subscription stuff, seeing a lot of the bigger brands do it, but no one really at the smaller scale doing it.
Subscription back when? What year?
I should know this off by heart, but I don't. Maybe close to 08, 09.
Oh, right. It's pretty early on.
Very early. No one was touching it in Australia. In particular, it was very US-centric.
Yeah.
Roasting was becoming a thing. There were a lot more roasters popping up. no one was really discovering them. So we created a platform to discover coffee roasters. It ended up being, it was a little niche hobby that I was doing on the side. It ended up being Australia's largest online coffee retailer. We were moving something to 3 ton a month in coffee beans in between my full-time job.
It's funny, your suitcases are probably carrying 3 ton a month.
Probably, yeah. That's an interesting stuff. I'll try and find out, in theory, how much ton we move.
Relative, like, yeah.
If there was a test for how much you could fit into a bag, I guarantee I win. On my carry-on luggage, I can get to 30 kilos. I have to sit on it to close it. And heaven forbid they ask me to open it to remove the aerosol or something like that, because I'm not. I've had moments sitting on the ground in the middle of the
So you don't buy anything when you go on a trip? No,
take it with me. No, I'll buy another bag if I have to. I have to bring the things I might need.
I don't like checking luggage. So your carry-on July cases, I mean, I've got 3 of them now. With all the packing cubes inside.
So good.
I'll go on a trip for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Great.
And just take the carry-on bag.
Do you know what scared me on the last trip though? Usually with particular airlines, they don't weigh. And I got a text message saying your bag will be weighed.
Yes.
They didn't weigh it. So I could have carried it on because it fits. It's the right size. It just, if you try and lift it, and the poor person that helped me get it down one day, it nearly crushed them. They're like, small little pink bag, and they were not expecting.
I definitely pushed the limits. I've done 22 kilos carry-on a Jetstar flight. I feel like that's been...
You probably paid for that though, right?
No, I risked it and just to see what would happen.
Yeah, Jetstar got me. They got me real good.
Never fly Jetstar. Sim was like, hey, we can go here. I'm not flying. We're not going.
Qantas pay you as well. Like at the end of the day,
Virgin sent the warning just so we know.
They're all as bad as each other, but you know.
So anyway, you went from coffee roasting or coffee curation.
Well, I've done a few different things, but I guess some of the more successful things have been the coffee online coffee business.
What about the chicken shop?
I mean, that was they're sort of part-time jobs and things.
Didn't you run it for a year and sell it for 50 grand?
I did. You did go deep on that research.
Chicken shop.
So after high school, I thought I could do it myself, and I did do it myself. Yeah. But it was a tough year.
Sure, you would have given away more hot chips than you'd sell. Like before your mates are coming after school, hot chips and gravy, charcoal chicken.
I think the big thing there is like you think trialing things is okay, and your friends are all doing 20 contact hours at uni, having the time of their lives. Yeah. I'm driving out to Baronia, doing 80-hour weeks, trying to sell chooks. Very different year for me. So the fact that we even sold it and I got the 50 at the end of it is fantastic outcome.
Yeah.
So you went from chooks to check-in luggage.
Coffee in the middle.
Coffee.
Amongst other things. Co-working was one of them as well at one stage too. Oh. So I've dabbled in a few things.
I'm sorry I didn't recognise your flavour.
Well, that was a different thing. We started co-working. It was called Neighbourhood. Okay. And it was based off the fact there was an agency that had a beautiful warehouse in Collingwood, Backstreet's Collingwood, Fitzroy, that I loved. And I was consulting with them. And I said, if you ever leave this lease, tell me. I want to live here. And so finally they actually called me up a year later and said, I've got the lease. Do you want it? I would love it. Way too much for a personal, for a house, way too much, just you're not realizing the commercial lease terms but I still wanted it. So I took it as a potential office, and then I thought, well, I'll fill out the rest of the space as I imagine most people do. They'll just go, I'll take 3 desks myself and the rest of it will be leased. But I enjoyed doing the co-working component more than the actual work I was meant to do.
Sure.
So I was like, why don't we just scale this up? We ended up filling 2 warehouses worth of people. I can't remember how many people that was now, but renovated, filled within 6 months.
What years were this?
I actually don't know.
Okay.
It would be 2016 to 2017, something like that. Yeah.
Amazing.
So relatively early.
Yeah.
I don't know if Cubes was open then. No.
So we opened September 11.
Okay.
2017.
Yeah.
I tried to take a negative day, which was September 11, and turn into a positive.
Yeah.
Tried.
But that was short-lived, sold out, and I actually used one of the rooms of that co-working office to start July.
Yeah, amazing.
So that was where all the brainstorming happened. We basically took out one of the private offices. It was just like, it was me and Richard, like a little boy's room, just like posters and stickers and smells, and we didn't let each other out. It was like lockdown until we finished this thing off, and it was a great outcome. So that co-working office still has lingering memories for July, because that was where it all began.
What problem were you solving though? I'm like, I can imagine.
He's solving everything. He's solving hunger. He's solving the coffee connoisseur issues.
Yeah.
He's solving people that need office space, and now he's solving people that have not got sexy looking luggage to travel.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that was it. The way that it looked, was that the main?
Oh, for July,
yeah.
The big opportunity was it's dominated by one or two players.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And so we thought, well, we've got a guy who knows how to make things, and I like to think I'm a guy who knows how to sell things. And we're like, we should take on this category. This could be an interesting one. It's a great category. Travel's sexy. It's dominated by only a couple of guys. We can make a product better. Cool. We can make an $1,000 product, sell it for half that price, because we're direct to consumer. Again, direct to consumer model in Australia was not a big thing a few years ago, and even today is still not that big of a thing. Wholesale and third party retailers still infiltrates Australia. We don't have the scale for it. So we're like, why don't we bring that D2C model and that thinking into luggage? And we wanted to create our own product. Both Richard and myself have come from different backgrounds. We've spoken a little bit about mine, but he's also had a past in making things, doing direct-to-consumer stuff, and we've learnt our lessons along the way. We sort of 5 or 6 businesses in, or ideas executed in, you sort of land to a point where you go, I know exactly what we need to do now. I can see the opportunity. I know how to sprint from day one. I don't have to learn to walk. So for us, it was a big moment to go, let's lock ourselves in a room. Let's come up with the name. Let's decide on the product. Let's do a launch plan and run as fast as possible.
And it was always for e-commerce. That was the plan.
Early days, yeah. So D2C always means e-commerce, particularly in Australia.
Yeah.
But the reality is, it just means owning all the channels.
Yeah.
So we opened a retail store within the first few months of launching the business, and that was a break from how people were doing things, particularly in Oz. So we registered the business July 7th, talking about starting things at a certain date. We waited. Once we came up with a name, we waited until July 7th to register. Spent the next few months developing the product. Then we did pre-orders for December that year. So we'd do little luggage tags to give people for Christmas, saying it's coming in February.
Cool.
Stock came in February, sold all that out. And then from February to August, we developed a larger size, like not rocket science, just go a little bit bigger, and opened a retail store in August. And from that point on, you could almost call that just under a year of generating just sub 5 million in sales, opening a retail store and beginning launching product, and then beginning the conversations with getting investment in and helping grow the business. So we thought 2019, unstoppable. Obviously we know what happens after that.
Yeah.
2020 and onwards were different years, but that 1 year in particular, we were running.
Yeah.
We knew exactly the kind of sprinting that had to be done based on all the other learnings that we'd had over the last few years.
Yeah.
So we were very confident that 2019 was our year.
So we actually in 2020 and all the way through to 20, I don't even remember now. It's like 2022, 21, 22 maybe. Every time you can see, you look at our financials, and we've graphed it through Fathom. Every time there was a lockdown, our revenue dropped, and every time, all right, lockdown ends on Sunday, revenue spiked. I'd imagine, once the borders opened up again, the rebound for July would have been quite significant.
It was, but that was 2 years, right?
I understand.
So it was a tough 2 years, and we were forced international. Now, would we have done it anyway? I think so. I like to think that we would have, but for between 2020 and the end of 21, we had to find the revenue gap. Where was it going to come from? Because it wasn't coming from Oz. So 2020, we started retailing in China. China in that first year for 2020 was in COVID denial. They were still flying domestically.
Wow.
Everyone forgets what happens back then, but China was like, it's not even a thing. So the domestic flight maps for them were through the roof.
Yeah.
And everywhere else had stopped. So we started retailing in China. We thought we did a pretty good job of it. Come 22, the US was starting to open up. Europe was already open, and the Americans were starting to fly to Europe for European summer. So we thought we'd start selling into the US July 22 in order to try and capture that market. Because again, Australia is still locked down. Sorry, 21.
Sell in July.
In July. It was always in July. It was always,
Oh, okay, cool.
That was, it's symbolic for us to a degree.
When's your birthday? Just curious.
It's in July, but that's not that's nothing
Not
to
the
do with
7th of
it.
July.
Nothing to do with it. It's 1 in 12 chance,
Okay.
But July people are cooler, You July? No.
My sister is,
She-
and I just thought, I bet.
she seems pretty
I bet.
cool.
Are you a Leo?
No, Cancer. Yeah,
okay.
Cancer. Yeah, I'm on the cusp of the other end. So anyway, so we started selling it into America, and that did exceptionally well for us. And only in October, November 21 did Australia start to open up again.
When you say international, you're pure e-com, just opening up in these regions?
Yeah, we're shipping containers over.
Because I do know that you've got retail outlets now.
Yes.
You've not got retail presence in these other markets, have you?
No.
Is there a game for that?
There is, yeah, soon across Asia.
Yep.
So we started selling to the US anyway. Australia opened up, and from 22 onwards, we've had hyper accelerated growth.
For sure.
It's been through the roof now. Competition may have come through those couple of years, but didn't because of COVID. So we've had a really good buffer in terms of people entering the market. We had stock, we had the brand, we had support. We started opening up retail. We had that store from 2019 and realized that retail for us is a big play. Some customers may be very well planned, buy the airline ticket, buy the hotel, get some luggage. Some people leave the next day or the day before and need something urgent. Retail plays a role for those customers, particularly if they're traveling. They don't believe that they're going to get the shipping in time. So I think almost AusPost and the lack of Amazon Prime has resulted in retail being a really dominant channel for
sure.
Australian
I got to
brands.
tell you, I saw your Sydney store a couple of weeks ago in the CBD. I texted you or inboxed you on X, and you were unable to join us last session because you were traveling because your Adelaide launch.
Yes.
I've always got a smile, and I actually have become almost like a bit of a shoe connoisseur, but for luggage. Which I used to check out guys and girls what they got on their feet. Now when I'm in the airport, I'm like,
Checking suitcases.
Look at suitcases too.
Right.
this person gets it.
Yeah,
This
it's
person's on
judgy,
it, right?
It's a judgy category.
I never thought I'd be in this mindset, but it's
I appreciate
it's
checking out,
taken with
mate.
her.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also looking out for you. I mean, we don't spend a lot of time together, but I do feel a lot of pride in when I see your success out on the streets and
thanks,
in the
man.
aeroplanes, and sometimes when I'm walking past the retail shops. Again, we don't spend enough time together, but I do. I feel a sense of pride for you.
Come to Collingwood more.
My CEO better not be listening to this. It's hard for me to get everywhere.
Yeah, I
We've
know.
got 12 sites just in Victoria. We've got
crazy.
3 sites opening first is opening in Adelaide, but there's 2 more to follow it. There's Sydney opening. I just committed to Brisbane as well.
Ooh,
There's a
sunshine.
lot.
Crazy.
Yeah,
And
pack
my
the
wife,
suitcase and
my
we're
wife
off.
is away, and so I'm doing all that and juggling
Yeah.
kids and basketball and my dogs, who are probably going to shit in the house today because no one's home to.
Dogs.
Where's Pet Lou when you need it?
Yeah, well, you know what? The door's open, but these guys are pissed off. Yeah, the door's open, but these guys are pissed off.
You asked for it though, getting the dogs with kids.
Yeah.
I love
It's a
dogs,
lot.
but not for a few more years.
Yeah,
for sure.
I hear you. I said that to my hubby as well. I'm like, it's kids or dogs, not both together. So it's a lot.
But one day you're going to walk past one of those shops with the puppies in it.
Yeah.
How much is
Maybe.
that dog
Maybe.
in the window?
Maybe we do.
Mate, what's on the? I mean, Adelaide is
Adelaide's killing it.
Yeah, is it the
Brisbane's
newest?
killing it.
Brisbane?
Perth killing it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm surprised by how well retail does in all the other states,
So good.
and I support anybody. Just get out of Melbourne, Sydney bubbles,
Yeah.
because the rest of Australia just don't know who you are.
Yeah, I know, right?
I love Adelaide shopping. Every time I go there, that is a place that I always shop. They've
Burnside
got-
Village, they've
Yeah.
just renovated it. It's mini
Yeah.
Chadstone's
Yeah,
fantastic.
it's amazing. Yeah.
James Street, Fortitude Valley in
We're actually going to be
Fantastic.
neighbours.
So good.
We're coming to James Street.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's the only place you want to be in Brizzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Mate, you've got an amazing product.
Thanks, man.
You really do have an amazing product. And it's no surprise that you're having the success that you have had. What's what's next? I mean, I've noticed for me as a consumer, I love the packing cubes because I love stuff in compartments. I don't actually want to load anything into the suitcase without a bag or some sort of compartment. So I appreciate that you put that attention to detail. Even the dirty washing bag that sits in the
hidden in there. I love the compacting it. So that belt, I stretch it, I sit on it, and then it compresses overnight. So then I can even open it up, put more in there, compress it down before I have to leave.
She's
Love it. Yeah.
For me, I just like to make sure my laptops or my iPad in some cases sits in that little bag that sits as a divider. But what's on the roadmap? Like, I mean, obviously you're already doing the global thing. You've got e-com pumping in multiple markets. The next wave is traditional retail.
There's so many things. This is where the pitch comes in. So, this year was a phenomenal year for us. Great partnerships. We did a collab partnership with Qantas. It was a fantastic product.
Didn't you do something else with someone else?
Olympics last year.
With the Australian Olympic team. So, with the official luggage supplier for the Australian Olympic team. It's a fantastic thing. A great niche for us to be able to represent the national team like that. We've done partnerships with Oraton. For us, it's finding these iconic Australian partnerships to be able to work together on.
Yeah, I love
Been
it.
trying to get Bunnings, hard door to knock on. So if you know anyone at Bunnings, let me know.
But what's the vision there?
I guess I just want to cherry pick the best of the best in Oz, and Bunnings is iconic.
So you
Qantas
think-
is iconic.
So, I mean, I saw, where was I?
More for a laugh than anything else,
No, totally. I saw.
Because nobody sees why it would happen. And so I designed a travel tool belt for your suitcase that holds your passport, holds a drink bottle, holds all the bits and bobs, but it looks like a tradies belt.
I was
It would
actually
be sick, Bunnings.
on Saturday night. Saturday night, I went to Fridays, which is R&B Fridays. And
You went on Saturday though.
I know, right?
It doesn't make any
And I didn't-
sense,
this
man.
isn't my brand. My wife bought the ticket. I didn't even know anything about it. And we went, and Lil Jon, gangster, comes out in an Essendon football jersey and a Bunnings hat. And that was the trigger.
Loves it. I mean, Bunnings, particularly for the youth now, wearing a Bunnings hat, those big ones as well.
Yeah,
the
that's
wide
what I'm
brim
talking
ones.
about. Yeah.
They're iconic.
The
It's just a
wide
funny,
brim. Yeah,
irreverent
straw.
thing to do.
I reckon if you came up with a thatch look with the Bunnings,
Oh yeah, that could work. Yeah.
I could sell well. I mean, they've got great distribution. It would be an absolute piss taker, but I reckon it would blow up.
The internet is half needs to be super useful and half it needs to be the dumbest thing you've ever seen.
Totally.
So I think blending those two things together might actually you'll generate some buzz. Actually, make some
6'7".
sales.
You heard
You
of
were
the
asking
6'7"
if you
shit?
were Bunnings.
No,
No? Have you heard of 6'7"?
No?
Right. Okay. Do your own research. It means nothing, but the kids go 6'7". Rebecca Freestone, who's head of operations here, sends me these memes all the time. To your point,
it means nothing,
it means nothing and it's dumb, but the virality has just gone.
but funny.
Oh, well, you were asking context. Don't have a Bunnings one, but you've got a baby bunting. So when you were saying that, I was like, my sister's having a baby. Like, baby range of stuff from July. Like, people, anything. It's like putting the wedding ticket on it. You put the baby ticket on it and they'll pay double.
People bump, yeah.
Yeah.
Big business baby bunting. They're doing all right.
No, but
They're
what
doing
about
exceptional.
baby range stuff? Like
Yeah,
cool
maybe
July
one day. Yeah, I wouldn't
stuff.
say no.
Are there verticals within? Like, travel's the category and suitcases is the category, but is there like, are you guys, and I'm not sure if you are, I apologize in advance, but like a wet bag, like where you put all your toiletries?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of that product already. There's natural extensions. You do your core product, then you do bags, accessories, things like that. I mean, we're doing it all, but you've got to put it under the guise of lifestyle travel.
Yes.
And so, what looks good, what's aspirational? You can get a lot of that stuff from Kmart, or you're spending $2-3 grand going to a luxury house. What value do we provide in between? So it's got to be.
I like the uniform. So like me, my kids, and I really want my wife on board, but I just can't get her there. Nothing to do with your product.
Yeah.
Just can't get her on board with like, she's
The
not into that
matching
stuff.
bags.
But the matching thing was
Yeah.
really important to me because
Yeah.
we're a team, we're a family,
That's
we're
nice.
a uniform,
Love
Yeah.
it.
all different colors.
Love
Yeah.
it. It's the best way.
Yeah.
that.
So I could only imagine that OCD playing
Color
forward.
matching things, definitely the future. I mean, there's a lot of product. We just launched the world's first trackable suitcase. Big deal for us. Big deal for the world.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. It was a technology that we own. We have the IP on. beat everybody to it, beat Samsonite to it.
Wow.
That for us is a big deal. That a little brand like ours in Australia, in a little corner of Melbourne, can make something that
Collingwood,
outclasses
Victoria.
some of the best of
So
the best.
good.
So they'll probably come up with one of their own version a year or two later. But for us,
That's a massive
we launched
problem.
first.
Yeah.
Massive problem. It's now integrated into the TSA lock, and it works directly with your Apple Find My or Google Find Hub app.
Amazing.
So just like adding an AirTag.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
you'll never lose your suitcase ever again. We've just launched that.
You might lose it, but you'll know where
Well, you
it's
know exactly
sitting.
where it is,
You know,
yeah.
it's
Or
back in
somebody else might
Melbourne when
lose it
you're
for
in
you.
Brisbane.
Well, losing it is actually a pleasure,
Yeah.
which is an oxymoron.
I find a lot of the time if it does get lost, if you know where it is,
Yes.
most of the stress is
Yes,
gone.
That's
Totally.
right.
You can see that it's still stuck in
Yes.
Sydney Airport or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and you can show the airport
yeah.
it's still there. So for us, that's been a big deal, making more product like that. So still sticking to the fashion side of things, making sure it's color matched or it's fashion forward enough for you to want to be represented by it is important, but having the functionality continue to increase and match up to what the rest of the world expects is an important factor.
We talked about personal brands a couple of episodes ago with Matt Nunn.
Yes.
I often think about this sort of stuff. I mean, the podcast is getting it's not mainstream, but the podcast is getting out. We had this conversation a couple of days ago on the phone. The podcast is getting out. People are starting to recognize. And so for me, I want to make sure that I'm like
You're on brand
I'm
when
on
you're
brand,
out and about.
right? Yeah.
Right.
And
Branded.
Branded.
well, yeah, but
Yeah.
but not right. Like
Yeah.
these things are relatively important because we're providing inspiration to a lot of people, and when they come into contact with you in the real world, as opposed to just seeing a pod or seeing a post or whatever the case may be, these things are really important. I align really nicely with. I'm not looking for an endorsement or anything like that, but I really love
going
what you're
for
doing.
Premiere?
Pardon?
Are you going for Premiere?
No. You know what? I've asked my kids if they will support me, and they've said no. We've talked about this before. They don't want the attention, but I'm really in awe and really proud and I just think the world of what you're doing.
Oh, thanks, man.
And
I
you're a
appreciate that.
good dude behind.
Right back at you.
Yeah, thank you. And I just the success. We saw Gabby in here a couple episodes ago. Like, there's a lot of work that goes. Like, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Ethan has got a fantastic product. He's marketing it beautifully. Like the stores, the retail presence of these stores, they're dialed in. They're not obnoxious like a Louis Vuitton, but they're cool and classy at an affordable price point.
Yeah.
In all types of shapes and sizes, as well as colors. And I just want to see you like absolutely continue to crush it.
Thanks. Yeah, I hope we continue on. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Keep Australia happy. Keep growing across the world. Korea's next for us. Try getting into the Korean market. See if we can do some magic there.
Need some K-pop association.
That's
I
right.
think,
Yeah. I mean, was it Squid Games and K-pop Demon Hunters?
Oh, yeah.
Like they're just cultural icons now. Like nothing's really coming out of Japan or Taiwan. It's all coming out of Korea.
I reckon if you align with one of those guys, it will
could be
pop.
huge.
Yeah, it will be pop.
I just love that you're ahead of the thinking, the innovating, so we don't need to having
He's well in front of the wave,
Yeah.
right?
thinking about the stuff we don't want to think about.
COVID was
So
That's how you buy it.
Yeah, yeah,
Otherwise it's just like
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah, and then why upgrade if it's not really an upgrade? What about a drink bottle holder? Like I want to take my fancy drink bottle, whether it's my whatever brand, but got the luggage, got the handbag. Where do you put your drink?
Well, I mean, they're selling separate lanyards now for your drink bottles so that you can wear it hands-free.
Oh,
There's a lot of that at the moment.
Interesting. Okay.
So you don't have to necessarily put it on the case
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing you want to enter categories where you add value, not just gimmick or
Product innovation for us is a big thing. Hence the tracking and all the other bits and pieces that we've done, power banks into the handle, handles that stop at any height. So if you're wearing heels or runners
Love.
or
Yeah.
whatever micro adjustment you do to your height, that you can get the adjustment in the
carrying it down the
case.
elevator when people escalator when they're going too slow and you can get to the right height. You can.
you can run off. Yeah.
guys. We could talk all day. July.com
.com.
is where it's at. I'm going to link it all in the show notes. So if you open up your app and click on the show notes, you'll connect to Ethan there. I'm also going to link Ethan on LinkedIn and X. So if you want to reach out, potentially someone from Bunnings is listening. or other.
Toby's the only guy who messages me on X, so I'd love some more messages on X. That'd be great.
No, that's like
X is the old Twitter, by the way. It's not a dodgy website.
It's yeah, it feels like the bat phone.
Yeah.
Direct line to the president. We're gonna have a quick break from the guys at Luna, and we'll come back and talk about Ethan after he's left the show.
Well, I'm not here.
Why are you not here?
Mm-hmm.
weareluna.co is a great place for you and your business to start off with phenomenal accounting and legal services. So if you're a startup or a scale-up looking for legal and finance support, or alternatively looking to raise capital, weareluna.co is where you need to be starting off. So Kate,
Yes.
you told me you had a problem with your suitcase. It wasn't the suitcase, but it was the way people handled the suitcase.
Yeah.
I've sort of made that introduction now to Ethan.
Just going to have to find out what new colours are coming or styles.
I was going to say, what else is problematic in your world that I can bring the next guest in and help you with?
Comfortable. I want some new shoes.
Shoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you know?
Maybe we'll get the managing director of New Balance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
Amazing guy, right?
Yes. Amazing. Amazing.
I've said it a couple of times on the episode. Like, there's a lot of people that I know in this world, and there's very few people that I get to see them shine in the public. And walking past a July store, or even just grabbing sushi on the way in Collingwood. There's an amazing sushi place around the corner, which is next door to the July HQ. I feel this immense pride of an entrepreneur, focused, executing, succeeding.
And doing the omni-channel with the bricks and mortar and the e-commerce and having that brand presence and doing that all well, it's so important.
Behind the wheel.
Yeah.
He's behind the wheel 100%, whether it's in his retail shops or online or on his social media. He's got his hands firm on that wheel. And for me, it looks like that wheel is bolted to a rocket ship, and that rocket ship is the July business.
So head of ASOP said to me the reason why they do the ASOP shops everywhere is because they're becoming so iconic. And another person in the room said whenever they travel, they go to the nearest ASOP shop around the world because they know they've picked the best location with the best other shops around. And I thought, I wonder... Ethan said the same thing with July. Like it's Adelaide, in the right spot in Fortitude Valley or Adelaide.
He knows his customer.
Yeah. So now I'll be looking for the shop because I know around there I'll find other things that I want to shop.
And sort of for us, we look at Lululemon. We look at Apple stores.
Oh yeah.
And it's a very similar theory around. Well, if it's in proximity, it's a good neighborhood to operate out of. Fantastic, right? And so what I love about it is he's tried a bunch of things. He's had some relative success selling chicken, relative success, curating coffee. And to his point, he said he's no longer learning to crawl, in this venture now. Amongst other things, he can sprint. And
like us, he stood it out during COVID. Like a lot of people just let it go. It got too hard. And it got hard for everyone. But to stick it out and to come through the other end, he deserves all the success.
And, I think about retail as well. So, yes, 100%. Just in wrapping, what I think is like most admirable about the direct-to-consumer is that he represents his own products. When you're nested in another retailer, there's product education, there's relationships with that retailer that may not be, that they may be selling one of a case out of a range of bags in the store.
And it may come down to price then too, because whatever's moving quickest. So it's not about your brand and your brand presence as much. It becomes about, I don't know, race to the bottom.
Yeah. And so I used to look at retail as a privilege because I used to look at it as like, they've paid me to put my product in their store. And I know you do a lot of stuff with Chemist Warehouse, which is a phenomenal distribution channel for your product. But when the customer challenges the store person, sometimes they buckle.
They have to be well educated. I spent the last couple of weeks, I've gone to Queensland, Tasmania, doing New South Wales next week, educating all of the people in the Chemist Warehouse stores where BeFit Food is stocked about BeFit Food, because if they don't understand exactly why we do what we do, they can't answer the questions correctly.
And they could buckle. And I had this experience when I lived in America. I'd go to a a Good Guys store or a Best Buy, Good Guys here, Best Buy there. And I go, hey, can you tell me what the difference is between this and that? And the guy would read the label just like I can read the label. So there wasn't a lot of product knowledge. What I love about what they're doing at July is it's end to end. You know, it's a full vertical integration from design to manufacturing to online distribution to social media influence to partnerships to retail presence.
Oh, I'm so excited to get online and shop. I need a new bag.
All right. Well, that's wrap it there. I did two. I bought one 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago when I went to Fiji because I wanted the team to be united, and fantastic products. So I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Case, I'll see you on the next one.
See you then.
Thank you.